Hey, howdy do out there everyone, my name is Michael and welcome to the Doot Corner where I do the doodles for practice and fun. So apparently I don't really get YouTube. All these videos that I don't think anyone's going to like are the ones that actually end up getting the traction, which is kind of weird, but I suppose is such the life of an artist. Or at least, probably, I don't know. But thanks for all the support. I'm glad people are enjoying what I do, even if I don't. It's pretty encouraging to keep trying, so thanks a bunch for watching. But back to the topic at hand. I was asked for payment of $1 to make a couple of designs for the Passaconaway Lodge trading post. They were hoping for neckerchiefs, which is why most of them ended up being triangular designs, but I did eventually branch out into other stuff, because this one has a little story to it. It's actually a great story, because it's all about making connections and the importance of doing so. Because connections are really valuable for basically any field, but particularly for me right now in this art field. I ran the Mountain Adnock chapter OA for a really long time, and during that time I elected a bunch of people into the OA, one of which went on to become the Trading Post Committee Chair. It's because I knew him that he asked me to help out with making the designs. So, I made these and sent them to him. They didn't really get any traction though. Good news is, however, that as I crossed over to the ripe old age of 21 a few months ago, I was talking with some of the adult leaders, and because I know them, I happened to get into a conversation with the Insignia Chair and the Adult Trading Post Chair. And one thing leads to another, I tell her that I have some designs lined up that never really took off in any of the other committees, and she says that they would be great to see. And that she was also looking for an I Survived style patch for the OA as well, which I immediately have an idea for because I'm doing some research into things like this. Constantly. And this is where the connections really start to come in handy. So months later down the line, my failed designs come back because of that last conversation. I rev up my computer and start opening the old files to get some of my more favorite and enticing designs and clean them up, such as the barrel of root beer, which I think is rather clever. Our mascot is a bear, and we are known for selling absolutely great root beer. And to make that new I Survive patch. I say patch, I suppose it was probably for a t-shirt, I'm not really sure, but it didn't really matter, they just wanted to see the design. I sent everything to her, and she said that they loved the I Survive patch. Rest in peace, barrel of root beer. They just needed me to add in some Passaconaway branding. So I did my best to stick that in, and done. They liked it as is. I don't necessarily know what or when or if they will use them, but I'm glad that they were at least recognized. And yeah, I got paid $1 for hours of work, which was kind of more done as a joke than anything else, but I'm happy to help the lodge, and of course, the story goes on. See, one of the leaders in the lodge, the adult advisor, now to the lodge chief, which is the highest adult position you can get, if you can classify it that way. There isn't really a hierarchy of those kinds of positions, but that's basically the highest position you can get. He also knows me, and now knows that I do design stuff. Another lady, the district planning chair, who was recently promoted to such a position, also knows me from her time as district roundtable leader in my district, and knows me from my work with the troops specifically that I've posted about, such as the trailer and the t-shirts. She knew me, and with her new position had the authority to hire me, and so she asked me to help her with some designs, like this, which I'll just show you right now, is something I churned out in about an hour for the district a few weeks ago. It's a certificate for something called the Golden Doe Award. It's pretty self-explanatory as to what the award is. It's written in bold right on the certificate, so I'm not going to go into depth on that. But long story short, she wanted to potentially hire me on for all of the district projects going forward. She has a lot of them, and usually either has someone from the district design them, which doesn't typically go that well because they're not design inclined, or she does it herself, which she no longer has the time for, considering she has such a time-intensive position. So she brought it to the boards to see if they wanted to take me on and my designs full-time. And guess who's on the board? It's the lodge advisor. So apparently they were very excited, and he especially was excited to recognize my name, and they were happy to keep it in-house, considering that I'm an Eagle Scout and still active in Scouts, and now because of my years of building connections with people, I have a chance to do a really cool job helping bring my ideas to life in a program that made a great portion of who I am today. It's the ultimate giving back, and I'm very happy about that. It's also just a great opportunity, in general, to get my foot in the door to a fantastic work opportunity. So the moral is, I guess, networking is key, and seeking out the jobs you want is too, because they don't just fall in your lap. And this little series of connections that I built took years to finally come into play. But who knows, for you it could just be a conversation. Just one-off conversation that turns into something more. I hope you've all enjoyed this little story time, but it's gone on quite long enough for my average video length, which, I don't know, that could be changed if you wanted to. I could make them longer. Let me know.
Get in the comments!
And if you did enjoy, do all that likes and subscribble stuff, thank you so much for making it to the end with me, and without further ado, farewell.